Essex Chamber of Commerce, certainly I'd like to welcome you. It's really good to be back in Harlow. There's a great buzz in the air and I'm very excited about it. But first of all, before I carry on and say who you are, I'd love to introduce you to Will, the General Manager of the Harlow Hotel by a call, to give a few words and tell you what's happening in this great city. Oh, great place.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. It is such a pleasure here at the Harlow Hotel to host such a diverse gathering, and we're so excited. I know that a lot of things are happening within the Harlow space, and we're all excited about the developments and things that are going to change and transform the face of Harlow. So just a quick overview. My name is Wilbert. I joined the Harlow Hotel last year in July. I am part of a group called the Accor Group. Accor is a French group that has over 5,000 hotels worldwide. And this hotel was, I think most of you know this hotel has been open since 1960, under the hands of different owners. But at the moment it's under the ownership of a group called the ProArc Group, who are a Danish-based development and property company that have over 19 hotels across Europe, and in the UK they have about 6 hotels. So we are one of those hotels, being a white label property. What that means is we are not yet branded, but we are planning to be branded, either with one of our 30 brands under the Accor brand, possibly Mercure or Ibis, but it is something that is still in the plans. But one of the reasons why we were so excited about this opportunity to come in and host you is because the Essex Chamber of Commerce represents the partnership we're looking for. It represents businesses that are actively working quietly to make sure that the town does what it needs to do, creates economic opportunities for everyone. And as the Harlow Hotel, we want to participate in that process. And my role is to ensure that all of you have a personal relationship with us, and we're able to build together through this little hotel of only 119 rooms and 9 beautiful meeting spaces, one of them being the one where we're hosting you today. And just make this part of your work life, make this part of your day. You know, we have smaller meeting rooms, we have bigger meeting rooms, we have rooms that you can host any of your clients, your suppliers, your partners, and that's what we want to do. We want to be the hospitality partner for the Essex Chamber of Commerce. We're so happy with the support that we're receiving from the council in terms of business and in terms of economic development and things that are going on within the city, and that's going to form part and parcel of our collaboration and our unity with what we're doing. We're also doing a lot of work with streets to homes to try and just give them food, clothing and other things that we find within our space, and we're looking to join a lot of other initiatives, from working with colleges and providing employment and doing all sorts, just to make sure that, you know, we are developing ourselves into and ingraining ourselves to the community of Harlow. So again, welcome to everyone to the Harlow Hotel. After the meeting, we are free to take you around. My team will be available. Alice, Nikki and Agni are all around to take you around, to take a look at some of our showrooms, some of our meeting spaces. And we do have a raffle that's going on today as well. So if you can purchase a ticket for £2, you would be in to win quite some exciting prizes, from hotel accommodation to lunch to all sorts of vouchers. So please just put your ticket in. But please feel free, feel welcome. Lots of snacks available after the meeting. We have snacks and drinks available in the main restaurant. You're free to be here, do your work, do what you need to do. If you need to beat the traffic or whatever it is, we're available and everything is flexible. So thank you again and have a lovely networking day. Thank you.
I'd just like to point out we are the accredited Chamber for Essex, and today myself and the staff are here. So I've got Andy Sparks over there, who's our Executive Director of LSIP. We've got my Executive Assistant, we've got Director of LSIP, Joe Giles, we've got Nick, we've got Chris, Head of Events, we've got Lucy. I can't see through my glasses, I don't know what I'll be putting on for. But more than that, the exciting thing for me is Harlow's got the buzz back. It's had it since May 2023. And I think the reason for me is we've got something really refreshing happened. As you know, Essex Chambers of Commerce are apolitical. and we will support and look after and try and work with any party in any way we can. I'm delighted to say that in May 23, Dan Swords became leader of the council, and guess what? He was re-elected in May 2024. I think that needs a round of applause, don't you? Just to tell you a little bit about what Essex Chambers is up to before I introduce Dan. We've got so many events going on and all sorts of things, but probably for me, and we, being Essex, these are all over Essex, and businesses don't know boundaries, do they? So when it comes to networking and working with partners and working with other businesses, it's not just about Harlow, it is about Essex. We're 28% of the Eastern region, so there's business for everyone here. We're working in June with Leonardo in Basildon. We're doing a networking event down there. You can see all these networking events, by the way, on our website. Something with Southend Airport on the 24th of October. And then, of course, it's our flagship event, which is the Festival of Business. We've relaunched it this year for its third year running. It's at the Chelmsford City Racecourse. The theme is Essex has got business talent. We put it together. DP World are sponsoring cash prizes up to £2,500 for the winner, and I've learned today we've got some really beautiful guest speakers coming down. It will be the pride of Essex. We hope to see all you Harlow businesses there, whether you exhibit or not, or come along for the day. Visitors are free. So now on to what I call the main event. I'm sure that I don't need to give this guy an introduction, but I'm going to introduce both Dan Swords and also these days James Gardner, who is Head of Regeneration for Harlow Council. There's lots going on in Harlow, and I'm not going to steal his thunder, but I want a really warm chamber welcome for Councillor Dan Swords, leader of Harlow Council.
Thanks to Will as well. This is, without a doubt, most people in Harlow probably know this by a different name, but there is some fantastic things going on here. And I found out actually that, did anyone know, I think it was the Mexico football team stayed here in the 80s or something. I didn't know, I wasn't born then. But apparently so. But just before I start, how many of you in here are from Harlow or work in Harlow in some description? Good. Well, don't steal my intro. You may have heard it before. But if you're not, genuinely welcome to Harlow. I passionately believe it's the best town in Britain. I'm going to explain to you why that is the case, and why I very much hope it will become one of the best places to do business. And as I said, even if it does not yet have the best council in Britain, we are slowly getting there. Harlow is a place of innovation, aspiration and opportunity. We literally led the world in architectural genius. We are home to Britain's first ever high-rise block, which at a staggering 8 stories, which erupts from the earth like a giant toothpick, troubles the Shard, if not for height, at least for history. Indeed, less than 2 miles from where we sit, fibre optic technology was invented, which is now sprouting in every home in this country and pretty much every building across the globe. It is now apt that on that very spot lives the UK's biggest supercomputer and Europe's biggest data bank. I think that in itself has a wider story, that nearly every country now has a bit of Harlow in it. Those are some of the things you might be aware of. So I always make a pitch of some of the things you may not be aware of that come from Harlow. The Post-it note. Did anyone know that 3M's in Harlow invented the Post-it note? I can top that, of course, and this is something that many of you will probably not know, which I think trumps it all and so eloquently sums up the enterprise, innovation, ingenuity and genius of the good people of Harlow. Because when most people once upon a time, on Britain's wonderful farms looked at an urn of curdling milk, they quite rightly saw the opportunity to make cheese, and good job they did. When the people of Harlow saw an urn of curdling milk, they saw and seized the opportunity to create Baileys. Yes, Bailey was invented in Harlow. Your Harlow is a fantastic source of the story. It's now sold in 118 countries across the globe, and that recipe was created in Harlow, and good job it was, because of course Christmas in Kazakhstan would be terrible without it. One of the leading forms of antidepressant, Prozac, was invented in Harlow. The cricket scoreboard, the Hater lawnmower, the franking machine, all sorts of things. We are literally the only sculpture town in the world. And tragically, this town of ours was not built by those who waited and rested and wished to look behind them. It was done so by those that look forward. So too we must look forward, because the truth about our place is that those who came before us made certain that this town rode the first waves of the new town revolutions, embracing new thinking around home construction, which I can say presents some challenges, social spacing, progressive living, and I genuinely believe we are now at a point where we too must create a new wave, rebirth and innovation. And that brings me to the future of the town from where we are today, because we are in the midst of a renaissance. You may not yet feel it. I don't always feel it. I don't always believe that is the case, but we are, because who in this room knew that Harlow is the fastest growing place in the country? The fastest growing place in the country. In just over 10 years' time, as I reach my mid-30s, this town will be 50% bigger than it is currently. And that's not just in quantum of homes or people, that is in the size of our economy and business opportunities. And pardon the well-rehearsed line, I've had to do a fair number of media interviews this week. But I believe that this town and region and the area very clearly mark a picture where our best days are ahead of us. And you may say, with such a gloomy economic outlook, tough market conditions, my political vote dwindling, but not quite by enough, and all the other challenges we face, why is it I believe that our best days lie ahead of us? And I say this very genuinely, it's because of you. Because you are the innovators, inventors, creators, risk takers, deliverers. And of course, it's not common that a politician may admit that they don't have the answers to every challenge we face. And whilst I can just about get myself to a position to admit it, we don't. But I have unwavering confidence because of the people in this room, because of the organisations that you represent. And why wouldn't I? In this room we have software engineer designers, leading charities, big businesses, small businesses, I think sensor array platform developers, whatever they are, entrepreneurs, and I'm reliably informed some great public sector deliverers too. I passionately believe that the best three letters in the alphabet are SME. They represent truly the best of the best. They're the ones who have remortgaged their homes to invest in their ventures, that get up at 5 a.m. to scrape the ice off their car to get to business. Because when organisations and enterprises like you take risks and innovate, we don't sneer at you, we cheer for you. And it is only by unleashing the potential of this group, our local economy, that we will thrive, and the renewal that we so desperately need to put the new back into Newtown will take place. And I'm safe to say, I think, they won't like this, that Harlow Council has too often let you down. It's too often let our town down. We have not played our part well enough. But that renaissance I spoke of is as true for the council as it is for our town. And today I make a new offer to you, a new offer of support, leadership and drive. An offer in which I can categorically say, if you want to grow your business, ensure your organisation thrives, employ more people, hire apprentices, of which just a few years ago I was one, or make Harlow a better place to grow up and grow old, we will back you. We will do everything we can, moving the machinery of the council to get full square behind the scrum and drive to the line, as they say. And yet the great evidence that this is true is when we turn our attention, as Denise said, to the town centre. Harlow Council was promised for decades that our town centre would be rebuilt, and it never happened. Well, now it is happening. Whole and complete, money secured, planning permission granted, contractors appointed, spades in the ground. And literally in just a few years' time, Harlow Town Centre will once again be the best town centre in Essex. celebrating the best of cultural and leisure offerings, shops, hospitality. It will be a fantastic place to live, to work and enjoy. And if that is not proof that we are changing our ways, I don't quite know what is. We have shy of 4,000 businesses in this town. 99% of those are SMEs. 90% of those are micro businesses employing less than 10 people. Our local economy is worth more than £2 billion to the national economy per year. For a town of just 10 square miles, I'd say that's not bad going. But as I said, over the next 10 years, that is set to more than double. And you all know where we are placed in terms of London and Stansted and Cambridge and Junction 7A, the incredible futuristic infrastructure upgrades that are commencing and slowing down your journey significantly for the next 18 months whilst they're built out. But those advantages too often remain untapped. So my message today is let's get on and do it. Let's change the fortune of the town once and for all. We've got a fantastic Essex Chamber of Commerce. We've got some fantastic organisations we're working with. You know, whatever we may think of the central government, and it's not any questions I'm going to take today, you know, somewhat controversially, I don't really care what they're doing because they've given us or are investing what is literally billions of pounds to change this town. And we've got one opportunity to do it. And as I said, with your support, your innovation, enterprise, zeal and zest, I'm absolutely confident we will. So thank you very much for listening to my ramblings. It's like a politician's dream, standing in front of a room of people who can't escape without looking rude. So I really do appreciate it, and it's fantastic to meet you. I'm more than happy to take any questions if you want to do that, Denise.
Yeah.
If anyone has any accordingly.
Questions?
Don't all rush at once.
My God,
No, it's glorious.
that's all right. You've got our support, you see.
Any at all?
You want to carry on networking and do what you do best. There's still food out there and everything else. And the man's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Well, thank Dan. Thank you.
pleasure. Thanks.
Right.